so many of you are sleeping on your main character energy. And we're going to fix that because I have a big problem with it. Like so many women, we keep ourselves small. And it is time for a lot more of you to just say, yeah, I am the main character. Yes, I am bold and confident with who I am. And yes, I feel really good with who I am. Welcome back to the Champagne Social. I'm so excited that you're here. We're going to get into a very fun topic today that I know so many of you need to hear. And this honestly goes out to a previous version of myself. Younger Mads needed this episode and she needed it on repeat. So I'm really excited because as I talked about in the intro episode, kind of sharing my story, I think it was a podcast and I really feel bad. I don't know who said it, but creating content and speaking from like you're speaking to the previous version of you is the best way to teach, create content, create resources, coach. And that rings so true for me. And let's just get right into it. We are going to teach you exactly how to be the main character and give off main character energy. And I know so many of you are like, wait, I should turn this episode off. Don't do it. Okay. I think a lot of times we think of main character as like being obnoxious or pushy or just over the top. And I know for me personally, that's not who I am. That's not how I want to be. And neither are most of you, right? Like main character energy, we're going to reclaim this and reshape what it means to be the main character because we all should be the main character, okay? A main character means you stand on your own 2 feet proudly, boldly, confidently. It means you have confidence. Like you have such inner confidence and inner peace in who you are and how you walk into the room, right? Main character energy is like, I walked into the room and I deserve to be here. I'm deserving of the spot in this room. I take up energy, I take up space, and I'm proud of it. Now, that does not mean that you're rude or condescending or conceited, any of those things. Those are not the same thing. So it's really important to just make that distinction because I think some people think, well, I'm just a big personality, but in reality, they're rude, right? That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about like true inner confidence and strength and peace in who you are as a person, the energy that you bring into the room, the value that you bring into the room, the gifts, the talents, the voice, all the things that you bring with you. And so many of you are sleeping on your main character energy. And we're going to fix that because I have a big problem with it. Like so many women, we keep ourselves small. And it is time for a lot more of you to just say, yeah, I am the main character. Yes, I am bold and confident with who I am. And yes, I feel really good with who I am. And so many previous versions of me had major imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is an interesting thing because I think in some ways it's like we should have imposter syndrome, right? Like if we're going on stage to speak for the first time, we're probably feeling a little imposter syndrome-y, like, how did I get here? What am I doing here? Am I qualified to be here, right? And I think sometimes imposter syndrome can be a tool. It can be something really good that it can really teach us and it can make it's like reality check, right? Like, who am I? How did I get here? This is like a crazy experience. But the problem is if you let imposter syndrome be a story that you tell yourself, if you let those lies sit with you, if you believe the lies, and if it keeps you from taking action on the things that you want, the rooms you walk into, all those things. So I just want to normalize like imposter syndrome, having it, feeling it is not a bad thing. But if you let that be the narrative that you play out in your head, if you believe it, if you stop doing the things that you want to do or pursuing things that you want, then that is the problem. So I'm really excited because I talk to my clients, I talk to women all the time who I'm doing social media strategy for, who I'm building their social media plan for. And so many people say the same exact thing. They're like, I'm just really uncomfortable on camera. I don't know what I should say. I don't really feel like I have anything to share that's like worthwhile. And so many women are just like, unsure of themselves. They feel cringe. They feel embarrassed. And let's get one thing out of the way right away. You are going to feel cringe, okay? Why do we all think being cringe is just this bad thing? It is not inherently bad to feel a little bit cringy, okay? It is not inherently bad to feel a little silly. It is not bad if you're like, eek, I don't know, this is weird. Is this weird? But what's bad is if you don't do the thing you want to do, right? If you never have the desire to show up on social media, that's fine. But if you do and you're like, oh, it's cringe, I'm embarrassed, then that's bad. If you're not doing it, if you're holding yourself back. And this is a conversation I had to have with myself so many times as I was learning how to show up on social media, as I was getting in the habit of posting. I had to have this conversation with myself over and over and over and over. And I just normalized the cringe. Normalize the cringe. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. If you are watching someone post on social media and they don't look embarrassed, they don't look like they're cringing, they don't look like they feel stupid, no one is thinking that they look stupid, right? But maybe inside they're fighting the cringe. Maybe inside they're like, oh, this is so stupid, but like, I'm going to have fun with it. Or maybe they're like, yeah, this is out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it anyways. If you can't tell, no one's going to know. You know that little phrase? They're going to know. They're not going to know. They are not going to know if you don't let them see it, right? Like even right now, I'm like, is this weird? How am I doing? Am I killing it or not? But you wouldn't know that because I'm doing it, and I'm fully confident in this as I say the words out loud, right? Like we can have those like imposter syndrome moments, those insecure moments, those is this cringe moments, but do it anyways. And I can truly guarantee you, the more you do it, the better it gets. The reps matter. Show up consistently, doing the thing that feels uncomfortable that you want to do, right? Like you want to do it, you're just uncomfortable with it. Continue to do it. It gets better and better and better. I don't know why so many people think I'm not good at that, so I'm just not going to do it, right? Why do we have this expectation that we're supposed to be good at things so quickly with the snap of a finger? It's like, oh yeah, I'm not good at that. Or, oh yeah, that's uncomfortable. Or, oh yeah, that's really difficult for me. We need to bring back like consistent effort in things and knowing that we just have to work at things sometimes, right? My marathon analogy is really ringing true. Like there's so many fitness parallels with building confidence and getting good at things. Like you have to literally put the reps in, build that muscle, and it gets better and better and better. And that's what I tell my clients all the time. And something that really helped me step out in confidence and like break out of my shell, because you guys, I had such a shell. Like I was the oldest of 4 girls, but I was very shy. Like I've always been more reserved, more to myself. I like to listen. I like to take things in. And yes, I have opinions. Yes, I have thoughts, but I did not freely share them. I wasn't very popular in school. Like I had a lot of acquaintances, but I had a couple really close friends, and I was good with that. Like I did not need to be homecoming queen. Of course, it's always fun to like have accomplishments and awards and all that. Like I really prided myself on that. Prided? Is that the way to say that? I don't know. I'm really not sure. Prided? I don't think that's it, but I don't know what the other way to say it would be. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? So I really was more reserved. I'm definitely an introvert, and I have worked so unbelievably hard to break out of my shell and to be more confident and to lead with my own like convictions and standing in my own power. As cheesy as that might sound, like that has been something that I've worked at, which is really good news for everybody. If you're relating to this, you can do this. Like it's a skill. It's something you can work at. Just because you weren't born feeling super confident or super sure of yourself or like really bold, that does not mean that you are that way forever. So I've really worked on that. And one thing that really pushed me out of my shell was being a group fitness instructor. So I started in fitness as an 18-year-old, which is wild. I graduated high school really early. I was 17 years old. And I had thought I wanted to be an elementary teacher like my whole life. I thought that was going to be the thing that I did until senior year. I was in PSCO and I was like, I'm obsessed with fitness. And honestly, like a career teacher path just does not speak to me in the way that I thought it would and always did. And so I pivoted and ended up going to this personal training school, and it was like a 10-month thing. I learned a ton, but that means I started working as an 18-year-old, which is wild. I was just like truly a baby in this world. If I was a coworker with an 18-year-old at a gym, I don't know what I would think of this 18-year-old, but I literally, everyone's always said like, you're so wise, be on your years. Like I definitely have an older soul. So on that hand, I think I did okay. But I remember being so bashful, and they would make us do these terrible things like stand at this little table by the cafe and hand out smoothie samples to everyone coming in. And I was like, literally kill me. Like someone make a hole in the ground so I can be swallowed up. Like this is my worst nightmare. But it's funny because it did like force me to be more friendly. And then they would also make us do this terrible thing where you would pass out towels to the people on the elliptical machines, the treadmill machines. Like, can you imagine anything worse than you're like mile 3 into your run and this trainer's like trying to hand you a towel and your music's blaring? Like, oh my gosh, not a good tactic, you guys. It didn't work for me. I know that's for sure. But all that to say, that like truly pushed me out of my shell. And then from there, I was like, okay, personal training is a sales job that I'm not good at. And I want to do something that's more fun in fitness. I mean, I was 18 years old after all. So I went to Pure Barre, which is so funny because now Pure Barre is one of my clients, not like the corporate, but a location, which is just such a beautiful full circle that I'm now doing social media management for a Pure Barre, when Pure Barre was a huge part of my life and my life as a fitness instructor. So I started at Pure Barre, and something that Pure Barre does really well is they really coach you in coaching. Like they did such a good job with the training and really locking in with their instructors so that there's a very consistent experience. And I'm really grateful I started in that. But being a fitness instructor is a wild experience, especially if you're a more reserved person, because you are on the mic, you are literally the main character. Like you're the show, you're the star of the show. It's not about you, but it's about you, right? Like you are creating an experience for everyone who walks in the door. And okay, that was 11 years ago. I have been teaching group fitness classes for 11 years. And it's so funny because I still feel like I'm coming out of my shell. I still feel like I'm learning new things about how I can be bigger and bolder and more, confident on the mic. And the cool thing about fitness instructing is it's not about me as the coach, but I set the tone, I set the pace, the words that I say, the things that how I cue the class and the way I say things and the music and the way, like it all works together. And it is really cool how that has pushed me out of my shell so much. Because can you imagine and maybe you have, going to a group fitness class and you're like, okay, this instructor, like, what are they saying? Like it's awkward. You can feel the tension. And circling back to the cringe, like there have been so many freaking times that I've been so cringed out by myself, this is so awkward. I'm shy, whether it's like there's people that I know in class, or there's 2 people in class, or it's a new format, or I started at a new studio. Like there's been so many times where I feel really uncomfortable, but I do it anyways. Okay. And every single time I do it anyways, I leave better, stronger, more knowledgeable, all of those things. So it's just really, really important to put yourself in situations where you do have to show up in a new way, where you do have to be uncomfortable, where you do have to kind of shed a layer of yourself and say, okay, here I am. I'm grabbing the mic, literally or metaphorically. So I want to get into some very practical ways that you can work on being the main character in your life. And yes, I do have a notebook today. And kind of side note, I got this gorgeous notebook on Amazon, and I think I'm going to link it in the show notes because it's truly a gorgeous quality, super heavy duty. And now that I'm in social media, I feel like I'm on my phone or computer quite literally 12 hours a day. Like it's stupid. And so I've just been craving like pen to paper. I want to go old school with my planner. I want to go old school. Like I write my to-do list out pen and paper on this thing every day. So I took some notes for us. My coffee is getting cold, so that's not good. Okay. I took some notes because you are going to become the main character in your life, in your mind, in the way you show up. And all of this just means you're going to have more confidence. Okay. You're going to lead with confidence. You're going to feel confident. You're going to show up confident, which is all great things. So the first thing that you are going to do on your journey to becoming the main character in your life, and if this feels cringe, go with it. Okay. This is truly the document to not feeling cringe about this. You are going to dress like it, baby. You are going to dress like it. And I can honestly tell you guys from personal experience, the way that you dress makes such a huge difference. The way that you carry yourself makes such a huge difference. And guess what? You are your own marketing. Whether you have a business, a brand, a social media page, or you're just marketing yourself, who you are as a person, you are your own marketing. So the way that you dress and style yourself and take care of yourself, all is marketing and it matters. Okay. So I want you to think about two scenarios. And maybe for the mamas listening, we'll do this one because I was laughing at an influencer I follow. Everyone was asking her for like school drop off, like style recommendations. And so it kind of sparked this whole conversation of, well, I kind of pictured all the moms are like rolling out of bed. Like, what's the deal with the school drop off? Okay. So that just is a really nice example for us to think about. So you're at school drop off, you're going in to bring your kid. Is this a weird example? I don't know, but I'm going to go with it. And you're like, just roll out of bed, haven't touched your hair, you didn't brush your teeth. Like, this is an extreme example. Like, you literally rolled out of bed, you didn't know you were going into the school. You drop off, you see people that you know and that you wish were not seeing you in this state, right? Okay. We can all picture how that would feel. I've been there grabbing coffee in the morning. I've been there needing a grocery run in the morning or getting gas and not realize I need to go inside. Like, those moments is like, how did I get here? And then I want you to picture you're going in for, you're helping in the classroom. You got ready, you did your hair, you touched up your makeup, you have a cute outfit on, you're ready for the day. You carry yourself in two completely different ways, right? Like, you literally walk in, that's two different people walking in there. If you go get coffee and you walk in, you're like at this cute coffee shop, it's such a vibe. I would like to think we're in New York City together grabbing coffee. And you just like roll out of bed, you're not feeling good about it. You see a celebrity in there because it's very much likely to happen. Can you imagine how you would feel if you hadn't gotten ready versus if you were like, I freaking look amazing in this outfit. I'm absolutely killing it. The hair looks good. Face is beat. Like, she's glowing up to God. And yes, I did just meet a celebrity. And yes, this is how I'm going to be presenting myself in front of this celebrity. Do you get what I mean, you guys? It matters. It truly matters. And I'm not telling you that you always need to be like dressed to the nines, okay? I just mean you need to take some time in the morning for you. If that is like a tinted sunscreen and a little day styling cream in your hair, slick back moment, cute hoodie, leggings, but you feel good because you actually took a little bit of time in the morning, great. I do not mean you need to have your little Louboutins on every single day, winged eyeliner. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying attention and detail and intention into how you're presenting yourself, right, to the world. If you are showing up on Zoom, slob kebab, you're not going to feel very good. And you might not even, I hate to say this, sorry if it's like a little harsh, but you're not going to be treated and viewed the same way as if you truly looked put together, ready for that meeting. It changes the energy. It really changes the energy, how you show up. So I want you to think, how can I own the way I dress? How can I own the way I show up? Because honestly, I have experienced such a shift in the way that I dress in the last couple of years. And a big part of it, transparently, was budget. Okay. I was a single girl working a couple jobs, paying for everything for myself. So I was balling on a Target budget. Okay. I did the best that I could, but I never really felt like I looked that good. Like, I never really liked my style. That is not to say that you can't dress well in a budget. Not at all. I didn't know how. And I honestly didn't really want to. Like, I just felt like my style is my style. Like, I'm not really into style. I just kind of wear what I have and I'm good with that. It was fine for me. I wasn't really needing to do my style. But then I started to feel like I want to show up different. I actually do want to feel like I have good style. Like, I want people to look at me and say, oh my gosh, I love her style. Or notice something I'm wearing and it inspires someone else to get that same thing. Like I felt this need to level up just for me, not for anybody else, but for me. And truly like what I'm sharing with you guys right now, like the desire to level up, to show up different, because I felt like I'm changing as a person. So much has changed in my life, but I'm still wearing like the same old stuff that just I don't really feel that good in. It's not making a mark. I wanted to feel cute when I walked in the room for me. So I started to shift what I was wearing. I started to get more like pieces that I can wear multiple different ways. And Aritzia is my favorite store for that because yes, it's a little bit pricey, but you can get true basic pieces that you can style in so many ways. So if you're feeling like, where do I even begin with refreshing my style? Find some almost like a capsule wardrobe focus where you can get a smaller amount of staple pieces that you can mix and match. This cardigan is one of them. These jeans are one of them. Like just those pieces that you know you love, you feel comfortable in, you feel good in, and you can mix and match. Okay, I'm really curious what you guys think about the style piece, if that hit home. The next thing that I want you to do is make a mood board. And honestly, this could be something that you do the first thing, okay? Make a mood board, and here's how I want you to think about it. Become your own passion project. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Like, why the hell not be your own passion project? Because you are the only one in control of you. You are in control of how you show up, how you carry yourself, what you're wearing, what you're saying, the vibe, the aura, all the things. You are in control of that. So I want you to get on Pinterest or print things out, make a mood board, and become a passion project, right? Like, how do you show up in a room? What's your environment like, right? Like when you feel like your environment's good, you show up in a different way, you have more confidence. So I want you, and even like the mood board, have quotes in there. Like, what are the things that you need to see every day that are going to speak life into you, that are going to help you feel more sure of yourself, more confident? Like, it is so important that you get crystal clear on the woman that you want to be. How are you showing up? Make that mood board and go back to it as many times as you need to. Then I want you to document the process, okay? And there's so many fun ways you could create a signature series on this, like becoming your own main character. There's so many fun names you could think of, and I hope that you guys take this and run with this. Tag me in all the things, but truly document it for you first and foremost, and then to inspire other people, right? Because when we see someone else stepping out and leveling up, whether it's in the way they are dressing or the way they're speaking, or they're showing up online in a different way, or they're starting a new bit, like so many different ways people step out, we are just naturally inspired and compelled. And this is why storytelling content is truly like my favorite thing ever. And such a side note, but I was just at Spy House this morning, which is a coffee shop in Minneapolis that I happen to be at like literally all the time because it's so good and my favorite. And I was on this random guy's Instagram, and one of the first, you know how this happens. It's just like someone tags him and I'm like, oh, who's this? And then I go onto his page. One of the first videos was, why did you move to Florence, Italy? I have no idea who this man is, what this man does, nothing about it. He looks like he's in his 50s. He's sitting at a table in like beautiful Italy telling the story. And I sat there and I watched all 2 minutes of it because it was such a cool story, right? Like we have the power to bring someone into our world with a story that makes them feel something. And so the ability to document the process and bring people into you becoming more confident, ditching the imposter syndrome, stepping into your own strength and power and confidence is such a beautiful thing. So however you would want to document that, even if it's just writing journaling, leaving yourself voice notes. I love to do notes in my notes app with voice notes in there. However you'd want to document it, do that because these are things that you'll remember forever. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is romanticize your life. So I'm a huge believer that we need to romanticize our life and that the little things are the big things. And what does this have to do with being a main character and building confidence? It really has everything to do with it because when you are so focused on problems or insecurities or things you don't like or things that feel hard, your attention's going to go there, and that is going to pull you down, right? Like the feeling that you have, the energy that you bring into the room, the way that you present yourself, you're bogged down. Things are weighing on you. And that's a big issue if you are wanting to step up, step out, level up, all the things. So by shifting your focus to all the beautiful little things in a day that you see, that you experience, that you get to be a part of, that you notice in other people or notice in yourself, that is going to literally change your life. Your ability to romanticize your life, the day-to-day, the mundane, that will change your life, your perspective, and it will build confidence in you and who you are. So however you want to romanticize those details, I love, and I've fallen out of this habit, but I want to bring it back. Every single morning, I would write down 5 really small things I was grateful for from the day before. And it could not be like my husband, my dogs, my house. It needed to be something so minuscule, so seemingly insignificant, but that I was grateful for. Like someone that I hadn't seen for a while, I saw them and they sent me a text after that made my day. Like those things, like you are literally looking through moments in your day that you're going to write about in the next morning. And that's such a beautiful and easy way to romanticize your life. So I want you to think about, how can I romanticize the little details in my life? Because it really will change your life and your energy. Now, trying new things is, let's say, the best way to become the main character, right? Like I have done that in so many ways in front of you all. I have shown up on social media in multiple different ways. I did this whole podcast launch very publicly. I post to whether it's 100 followers or 2,000 or 5,000 followers, like I don't care. I'm showing up anyways. And that feels, circling back, it feels cringe. It feels embarrassing. It feels silly. It feels like, what's the point? But I do it anyways. And I learn something new every single time I do it. I have this podcast. This is all very new, but I'm literally learning so much about myself, how I am every single time I was teaching, right? Like there are so many things that I have done that truly have made me a more confident, stronger, well-rounded version of myself. Another example of a new thing you can try is I just had dinner with 2 girls who I'd never met before on Friday night. So there are 2 girls in this mentorship group I'm a part of with Chris and Lori Harder, and we just connected because they have a marketing agency and I have a marketing agency that it's party of one right now, but it's growing. And we are similar ages, and they were here in town and reached out and said, would you want to do dinner? And I've never done anything like that before. It's just not ever come up that I would go to dinner with people I've never met in person, but it sounded so fun. I was immediately like, yes, I want to do that. Can't wait. I set it up for this beautiful restaurant here in Minneapolis. And you guys, it was so fun. Like I was so glad that I went because I, first of all, not only did something new, I put myself out there, but I connected with 2 beautiful, like-minded people. Shout out to the Fuse girls. And it was so uplifting and fun. And I never would have had that experience or learning experience if I had been closed off to new things and putting myself out there in new ways. So I want you to say yes to things. Like, what was that book? Like the Year of Yes. I'm not saying you need to say yes to everything. Was that Shonda Rhimes? I think that was Shonda Rhimes. I'm not saying you need to say yes to everything, but I'm saying you need to try new things. Whether that is doing a talk to camera reel, whether that's showing up on your stories, whether that is being more bold about who you are, dressing in a new way, going to a dinner, joining a mentorship group, trying a new hobby, like whatever it is, try new things. Okay, and then the last thing, this is super important, you guys. So you made this mood board, you are your passion project, you know who you want to be, you know what you want to be doing. You need to take messy action, okay? It is never going to feel like the right time. It is never going to feel like I'm perfectly ready to do this. I'm perfectly ready to step into this. I'm already confident to do this, okay? Circling back to that imposter syndrome, you're going to feel that. If you've never done something before, you're going to feel that, but you do it anyways. You take that first step and then you take the second step. And yes, it's wobbly. Yes, it's messy. You correct along the way. And I'm going to get more into the messy action stuff as I've been building this business and what I'm learning as I'm building this podcast and what I'm learning. Like, I want to show you guys in so many different ways that I am truly walking the walk, taking the messy action that I'm telling you to take. So that is the best teacher, is action, doing the thing and learning along the way. And that is going to create that main character energy in you of like, hell yeah, I just did that. Like, I literally just did that. Have you ever done something in the workout studio and you're like, I can't believe I just did that. Like, I didn't even know I was capable of doing that. And all of a sudden you show up as a completely different version. You're like, oh my God, I didn't even know I had that in me. That's the feeling that messy action gives you. Is like, I didn't even know I was capable of that. That was so scary. And I did that anyways. Like, that is what I want you guys to start to experience. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it could be cringe, but we do it anyways. Okay, you're on your way to being the main character. I am so excited to hear what you guys think of this. If you're going to implement these things, what you're going to start with, be your passion project, baby. And just know, like, you are the main character, so act like it. Okay. Thank you for listening to the Champagne Social. I am so excited to be putting these out there. I hope that you guys love them. If you are not following us, please follow, subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, leave us a review. Tell us what you loved about it. If there's ever a topic you want me to tackle, please let me know. If you ever have any questions you want me to address on the show, send me a DM, leave a comment, all the things. This podcast is literally for you. So let me know how I can best serve you. And until then, cheers.